Data Shuttle allows you to easily transfer data between Smartsheet and other systems. In this video, you will learn how to use Data Shuttle to upload data. Let's get started. You are currently tracking your active grants for your university's research programs in Smartsheet. You are pulling in financial information from another software using Data Shuttle. Let's walk through how to create an upload workflow. Select Data Integrations from the toolbar. Select Create Workflow. When you create a workflow with Data Shuttle, you can use Smartsheet attachments as your source data, or you can integrate with third-party systems. In this case, your financial data is in Google Sheets, so select Google Drive. Then select Continue. Here you can choose whether to create an upload or offload data workflow. In this case, you want to upload financial data, so select Upload Data. First, you need to link your Google Drive account. Select Sign In. Choose your Google account. Select Continue to allow Google to share information with Data Shuttle. Finally, select Allow. Once your Google Drive account is linked, select the search icon to find your source file. Select your file or search Google Drive for it if needed. Once you have your file, choose Select. If your Google Sheet has headers, check the box. Now your source is configured. Select Next. Here you need to pick your target sheet or data table. In this case, you will use a sheet. Open the drop-down menu and select Grant Tracker. Now choose your workflow action. Use Replace to remove existing rows and add new rows each time the workflow runs. Use Merge to work with the existing rows of data based on a unique identifier. You can customize Merge to add new rows, update existing rows as they change, and delete rows that are no longer in the source data. Or you can use Update to update drop-down choices on selected columns. In this case, select Merge to work with your existing data. Then select Update to change only the information that is changed. Now that your target sheet and workflow actions are configured, select Next. Here you can set filters to determine which data is uploaded. Filters are helpful when working with very large sets of data. For now, select Next. Now you need to set up the fields and column mapping. First, because you are using a merge workflow, you need to pick the unique identifier column. This is the key value used to map each row. Open the drop-down menu, then select Grant ID. It's important to note that the unique identifier column cannot be a system column or have a column formula. Next, look at the column mappings. Any columns with the same name are automatically mapped. However, columns do not need to have the same name to map to each other. Scroll down to ensure that the total spent amount is mapped correctly. Then select Next. Now you can pick whether your workflow runs manually or on a schedule. In this case, you want the workflow to run automatically every Monday morning. Toggle Run on Schedule. Open the days of the week drop-down and select Monday. Open the Start Time drop-down and select 8 a.m. You can set the workflow to repeat as often as every 15 minutes, but for this particular workflow, you only need it to run once a week on Monday mornings. Select Next. Next, you can add a Smartsheet formula to the data you upload into the sheet. This step is optional, and more often users rely on column formulas in the sheet. Select Next. Here you can share the workflow with other team members. Since Alex also helps manage the financial data, you want to share the workflow with her. Select Next. Finally, you need to name your workflow. Let's name this Grant Spending Updates. Then select Save. Now you can see your new workflow on your Data Shuttle homepage. Select Run to initiate running the workflow manually, but the workflow will run on the schedule you set in the future. Once the workflow finishes running, select the run date and time to see a log of the changes made. Here you can see 29 of the grants had changes with the money spent, and 1 had no changes. You can also select the Options menu to edit or delete the workflow at any time. And finally, let's look back at the sheet to see the updated data. Select Grant Tracker. The values in the total spent column updated via the workflow. The cell history shows the user who last edited the Data Shuttle workflow as the user who made the changes. So, are you ready to get started using Data Shuttle? Check it out today or learn more in the Smartsheet Help Center. Thanks for watching.